find out how to make some money investing in the food industry. Maybe you have an appetite for some food stocks. My next guest says maybe you should. I want to welcome Alexia Howard of Sanford Bernstein. Alexia is among the most accurate analysts on Kellogg, Kraft, as well as Campbell's. Alexia, good to have you with us on Bloomberg.
Good to see you too.
What's up with Kellogg? We got the report today. A lot of people shocked, but yet the stock, a lot of buyers coming in and saying, all right, they must have read Alexia Howard's note because you said this had all to do with really one-time events.
That's right. I mean, Kellogg has been a very steady performer for the last 7, 8, 9 years since the new regime took over around in the early 2000s. And what we saw yesterday was the first time where a lot of things went wrong at the same time, but all of these things, or most of them, were one-time factors. Things like the cereal recall, which really hit them this quarter, but that's largely behind them now. Things like trade inventory reductions. They're going to be lapping the product rationalization that they started doing in the second half of last year.
Fewer stock-keeping units, right?
Exactly. So basically, a lot of these things are going to be behind them, if not by the third quarter, certainly by the fourth quarter. And I think people got a little rattled by the fact that the cereal category was very weak this quarter, and Kellogg lost quite a bit of share this time.
How did they do that? Is that because of promotions?
You can point that to, again, to one-time factors. Walmart was doing some very strange promotional activity on Cheerios, which is a General Mills product. Now, going forward, Walmart said they're going to cease and desist on that, so that should get easier for Kellogg. And then similarly on the share losses, we're basically seeing Sara Lee Corp stepping up its promotional activity after it stopped doing it last summer. And again, that's pressuring Kellogg for right now. But Sara Lee Corp said they're also going to pull back.
And
on
that's
that
that's the post cereals
exactly.
Brands at Sara Lee Corp. Now at Kellogg, though, is this a situation where the stock now looks very attractive because of that disappointment?
Exactly. I mean, it's now trading at a discount to the group, and this is a company that's been a very consistent performer for many, many years. Very solid management team. They're very committed to innovation and marketing support. It's a stock that typically trades at a 5 to 10% premium to the group. Currently, it's at a discount. Clearly, this is a good opportunity to jump in, I think.
All right, so you like the shares of Kellogg. What about what's going on at Kraft? They're trying to really merge what's happened at Cadbury. Are they going to be able to cut costs?
They should be able to. I mean, Irene Rosenfeld was saying a couple of months ago that when they actually looked under the hood at Cadbury, they realized that revenues per employee at Cadbury were half that of where they are at Kraft. So she sees a big opportunity to cut cost across the business. And I think that's going to give her a safety net to be able to deliver the kind of earnings per share growth that she's committed to for 2011. Basically, she can decide how much of that cost saving she wants to spend back on marketing support and at what pace she wants to spend it back. So I think she's got a lot of control at this point. We've seen pretty good market data. The coffee trends have been very strong.
Drinks have been good for Kraft?
Absolutely. Latin America, Asia Pacific sounds as though it's doing pretty well. We're probably going to see some softness in Europe, and the cheese business will still be under some pressure. But basically, I think if she can continue to deliver the kind of performance that she gave us last quarter for another few quarters, then I think rather than having all this very negative sentiment on the stock, we'll start to see investors warm up to that one.
All right, so bullish on the shares of Kraft, bullish on what's happening at Kellogg right now. Sara Lee, SLE, what's going on with the business there? They've got the meats business in the United States. They're selling off the household products business, and they've got coffee. That's the big market overseas.
Absolutely, and that's really the crown jewels of the company. It's doing very well. They're innovating well. I actually think the management team is doing all the right things. They've been in there for 5 years. They've really improved performance in the meats business. I think probably the issue here is that you've really got to look at what the impact on the earnings per share are going to be from the disposal of the household and body care business. And you've also got some rather vicious commodity cost inflation happening right now in things like coffee and meat. They're going to be coming forward on August the 12th and giving us an outlook for 2012. This is when their fiscal year starts. And I think there might be a little bit of disappointment around that outlook as we go into that. But the underlying performance, the execution is going well, but just wait until after August the 12th, and who knows, we'll have to see where it goes at that point.